A lot of batsmen these days are moving towards that baseball technique, which Harry Brook also
Yes.
went to the US to perfect. Dependence to play Varun Chakrabarti in place of Kuldeep in the starting 11. So they did bowl Kuldeep in the last match, the third ODI, and we all saw that in this format in one day, Kuldeep is the best spinner that we have.
Since
Yeah,
ODI frequency itself has gone down so much, so you don't have that much of historical data also to get out
yeah.
something in form of trends or the performances.
Do you think there's some biasness going on here? The KKR bias is what the social media keeps putting up.
I think this is a monumental game both for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in so many aspects, and I think the streaming sites are gonna crash.
Lost his nerve in the end, did Michael Holding. And Lord Carr, chairman of the Prudential.
They're running. It's got to be a direct hit. Getting back for two. That is the end of the match. Won the NatWest Series.
Areas. It would have been fantastic if it would have been 100.
In the air, Srishant takes it! India win! Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. Here we go, last ball to the outside, it's running through, it could be run out!
Wide. Muller gets it. And he gets many of it, does he? No! What a catch! Oh my God!
It's in the air, it's India who win the T20 World Cup after 17 years.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. And we are back to our own hangout area, the Cricket Castaway. And this is going to be an exciting month as we are heading towards a new ICC trophy, which is the Champions Trophy. And last time, Pakistan stole it away from India in the finals. All credits to a stupendous partnership, the opening partnership, but it's a new era. It's a new lineup for the team. Like there are more young faces. So we will talk about all that. And before that, we would like to discuss our that England versus India ODI series, which is kind of a dress rehearsal for this big tournament coming up, partly in Pakistan and partly in Dubai. All credits to India. So, yeah, first of all, I would like to welcome Nishant. Hi, Nishant. Good morning. How are you doing? And what do you think about this series that just went by? How good an experience this was, and another display of India's prowess in ODI cricket.
Yeah, good morning, Nishant, and hi everyone who's been watching these shows for a long time now, and good to connect with you guys again. Yeah, as you rightly said, this month is going to be an epic one. I don't think we have won a Champions Trophy after 2013
Yes.
under the captaincy of MS Dhoni. So it's been a long time coming. We haven't won a ICC 50 over event in a long time. We came very close in the last World Cup. Uh, had to be defeated by Australia. Yeah, a lot of hopes for this Champions Trophy, and the team is looking good. We'll talk about the India versus England ODI series just went by, which is exactly as you rightly said. It was a dress rehearsal, but I think our team came out on top. We have found answers to a lot of questions that we were very worried about, specifically the form of Rohit Sharma right at the top, which is for now looks like an answered question. So yeah, a lot of good things to look forward to, and I think a great amount of exciting cricket to look up to in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, starting with the first ODI that happened in Nagpur, I think we were expecting a much higher scoring game, close to 300s or 330s, since Nagpur has been known for big scores. But I think England were simply not ready to move into the ODI mode from the T20 series, coming from that T20 series. So I think that was one of the reasons that they just ended up scoring only 248 because they few of the batters got good starts like Phil Salt, Ben Duckett, even Joss Butler got going along with Jacob Bethel in the middle, but it really couldn't transform into a defendable score.
Yeah.
Like at least they should have set a target of 290, close to 300 to make a game out of this. But I think the hangover of the T20I series as well as impatience against facing the Indian spin attack, they both led to this downfall, and they just could muster up only 248. So, what are your thoughts about this, Nishant?
I think so. All across the globe, one-day matches are now very limited. It's all T20s everywhere, or you playing test games. So, uh, one-day cricket as a format itself is losing a lot of its shine. So the nations are playing it less and less. That showed in the first ODI because England didn't know what to do, how to progress the inning forward. So, as you rightly said, a lot of their batsmen had starts, but they didn't know how to convert those starts into a big score, and which is basically the difference between winning a one-day match and losing it. One of your people who gets a start needs to score a big one. That's the only way you will reach past 320, 330. There are very rare chances when all of the top 4 or 5 are scoring 80 plus. Nobody gets 100. You still reach 340 or somewhere. So one has to get 100, which nobody from England side could do in this first ODI. As you rightly said, we were expecting a bigger total. And if you look at the chase that India did, so India finished off the game in 39 overs. So 251 in 39 overs, though we had lost 6 wickets in the process. But I would be very comfortable in saying that if this was a 310 or 320 kind of a score, we could have got it even because Hardik was batting and Jadeja was batting, and even if it was 60, 70 runs to get of 60, 70 balls, I think they were good enough to get to that total. But this ODI series, we're talking about the first one-day match, but this ODI series as a whole, I think has put up a lot of questions on English side because Brendan McCullum has newly been appointed as the coach across formats now. So uh, um, he has been known for baseball and Test cricket. So we thought that something like that would happen in T20 and ODIs as well. And in England would come up to be a really competitive side. It can still be the case in Champions Trophy when they play against Pakistan, where England already has experience in the test matches and they have had a good batting performance there. But overall, considering the fact that the game was in Nagpur, England would be fairly disappointed by the performance they put up. 249, 250 isn't a score that is defendable for me, at least in a pitch like Nagpur, even if you have Mark Wood and Jofra Archer in your side.
Yeah, definitely. And additionally, considering the due factor that would come up in the second innings, I think this was an under par score from the beginning itself.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
Uh, the only thing I would like to add here, because I don't think the game was pretty straightforward, but it was coming out of the dressing room that if Virat Kohli was fit, it would have been Shreyas Iyer who would have lost his spot and not Yashasvi Jaiswal. I mean, the way Shreyas has batted in that first match, though we are saying that India won this game comfortably, had it not been for Shreyas and his blistering knock of 59 of 36 balls, I think India could have found themselves again in a bit of a situation. Though I thought we had enough batsmen to get us out of it, but that Shreyas knock laid a marker that he is not going anywhere from that middle order because he's the only aggressor in that middle order.
yeah, right. It was a revelation, and coming back into the international side after a long time since that fiasco that happened. when he opted out of the Ranji Trophy match from Mumbai side. I think he is out there to prove himself that yes, I have that caliber and I can play long innings. And especially in one day internationals, we have seen like Shreyas really performed over and above in the ODI 2023 World Cup as well. So his role in the middle order cannot be underestimated anymore. And the way he just paced his innings that made India's chase like a walk in the park because
Yeah,
it was a decent look, not decent, but the pace attack that England had. At least they could have made it more difficult or a more prolonged chase had it not been Shreyas Iyer's blistering knock that came as a surprise for everyone, like for the Indian team as well as England, obviously. So yeah, that really made this chase look like a very very ordinary thing. So kudos to him,
yeah,
and also Shubman Gill, who
yeah,
is just very eager to come out of that the nightmares of Border Gavaskar Trophy. So he is also out there to prove himself that yes, he belongs there, and yeah, he's doing it very well.
yeah. I think there are few cricketers for whom one day cricket just fits like a perfect glove in their hand, right? So Shubman is one of them. I think Virat is another one. I think one day is Virat's favorite format, and
Yes.
it looks like it's the favorite format for Shubman Gill because the way he has been scoring in one day format for past couple of years now, and the consistency with which he has been scoring those runs, he is now probably going to be the fastest to 3,000 runs in ODIs in the coming Champions Trophy itself. I'm really expecting that he will actually stand tall and probably even emerge out as the highest scorer of the series is what I'm thinking for Shubman Gill because as of right now, for me at least, nobody in the format across any country looks as good and as comfortable in the one day jersey as Shubman Gill does.
Yeah, in his generation of cricketers, he is the best in one day cricket because he
Yeah,
kind of likes that format. He gets a little
yeah,
time to settle in, and then he
yeah,
can play his natural flowing shots, the short arm jabs, and the
yeah,
extra cover drives in the extra cover area. And like I think it's just custom built format for Shubman Gill. So
yeah,
I'm not sure how long this format is going to survive, but till the time it's there, Shubman Gill is going to rule the
yeah,
charts in this format at least.
yeah.
So, yeah, good going for Shubman Gill.
Yeah. So another highlight that came out of it, and which the trend later continued. So we can talk about that here as well. And you and me were just talking. Akshar got a 50, 52 on number five, and then Gaurav Gambhir continued to keep batting Akshar on the fifth spot in the second and the third ODI as well. Do you think it takes away from KL Rahul's prowess? Because as far as we know, in the ODI World Cup as well that we saw in 2023, I mean, KL Rahul does really well with Shreyas Iyer in a partnership, and they both score really heavily when they're batting together.
Yes, like in once while he has relinquished his opening spot, I think KL Rahul has been performing the best at number five because he has like got a hang of this position. He knows how to pace his innings, and even at number five, he still has enough number of overs to just get an eye on the ball and then pace his innings. And usually he gets a partner like Virat Kohli or Shreyas Iyer with him, so they are already settled in there, so they keep playing their shots, and that gives a time for KL Rahul to just see off 2 or 3 overs, and then he also starts playing his natural attacking game. But moving down to number six, that just puts him in a spot of a bother because that's the zone where likes of Hardik Pandya and MS Dhoni used to operate, where it's just attack,
Yeah,
attack, and attack, and you like that's a different ball game altogether. And I'm
yeah,
not saying KL Rahul does not have the game to uh, bat at number 6, but it's a new zone, completely new zone for him, and especially while chasing, there is pressure there, and he has not gone through these kind of situations at a higher frequency before. So I think. It would be better if Akshar Patel comes back at his natural number 6 position, but I think Gautam Gambhir likes that left hand right hand combination, and that is where the talks of getting Rishabh Pant in are also making rounds in
Yeah,
the management, because Rishabh Pant gives you that right hand left hand combination at number 4. But
yeah,
since then we cannot have KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant both in the side, because Akshay Patel comes as a batting all rounder.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there is a dilemma that they are facing right now, because Rishabh Pant do not have that great of a numbers in ODI and in the recent past, and since
yeah,
ODI frequency itself has gone down so much, so you don't have that much of historical data also to get out
yeah.
something in form of trends or uh, the performances. So that's a question that they need to
See,
figure out before
see,
Champions Trophy.
it's also a structural question for the team, if you ask me, because see, in the middle order, as we discussed about Shreyas is your only guy in the middle order who can score at a rate of, let's say, 120 to 150.
Yes,
Then you have Akshar Patel and you have KL Rahul. And after that, you have Hardik. Then Hardik is your finisher who, on his day, can score even at 200, but we're expecting him to score at 120 to 150 any given day. But Ravindra Jadeja won't do that, Akshar won't do that, and KL Rahul on his day can do it, but he's not that kind of a batter to do it. So who is your finisher then along with Hardik? Because that's a real issue. If you are not asking KL Rahul to bat at 5, you're asking Akshar to bat at 5, then your strike rate in both 5 and 6 goes down. It comes a bit back up at 7, and then again with Ravindra Jadeja, it goes down. So I think there needs to be another partner, a destructive partner with Hardik to finish off the games. It could either come in place of Akshar Patel, or it could then have to come in place of KL Rahul. And that is where your idea, or what the people have been talking about Rishabh Pant, is a pretty valid one for me, because Rishabh Pant on his day can score at a strike rate of 150. The ball would be old. You'll have to have 10 overs to finish off the game. And who else do you have even in your circuit? Jitesh Sharma isn't performing that great. Maybe he has a great IPL, but who is the finisher keeper that you have? I don't think there is anyone, because you have Abhishek Sharma who is coming at the top of the order. Who is your keeper who can finish off the game? I don't think there's anyone apart from KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant, since Jitesh is not informed.
yeah. So then, if you have to, but then you have to take a punt on Rishabh Pant's form, because
Yeah,
that's been a bit iffy even in the Border Gavaskar Trophy.
yeah,
So you will just have to go with the X factor thing and his potential that he
yeah.
can, yes, break the shackles and just speed up the run rate anytime he
See,
wants.
it's not unfair even with KL Rahul, because look at this guy. He is basically for me a epitome, like a reincarnation of Rahul Dravid in that sense. The team wants him to open, he opens. The team wants him to keep, he keeps. The team wants him to bat at 5, 6 wherever he does that. But his best attribute isn't coming there. His best attribute will only come at 3, 4, or 5.
Yes,
That's the kind of classical player he is, or he opens in the innings.
yes,
He's not a slogger. So that's a problem. If you're not batting him on 5, you're just wasting him. And then at number 6, let's say we does end up finding ourselves in a situation where a team has scored a 350 against us, and in the last 10 overs we need around 120 runs. Do you expect Akshar Patel and Hardik Pandya to get there? I will expect Hardik to get there, but he needs a partner who can score at
yes.
the same pace, and I don't think either Akshar or Ravindra Jadeja does that. So that is where my concern lies.
Yeah, that's really a valid point. And either you move up KL Rahul at number five, or you can just replace him with Rishabh Pant, who is a like for like replacement as a wicket keeper and batsman, and that too an attacking one. So I think yeah, this question
Yeah.
needs to be
Or
answered. Yes,
yeah, because even Sanju Samson doesn't bat at a 5 or 6.
right.
So I mean, you don't have many options there apart from Rishabh Pant, who hasn't batted anywhere in the one day side any which ways. So like he hasn't gotten that many opportunities. Also, if you ask me, like the consistent run he gets in the test matches,
Yes,
in one day he hasn't got that.
correct, correct. And unfortunately, he was not available for the 2023 World Cup as well. So yeah, I think we have not seen much of Rishabh Pant in action in this format. So yeah, I think yeah, they probably that's why they have kept him in the 16 squad of 16. Like if they want to experiment, probably against a team like Bangladesh to see how that idea works out. Probably we may see him in the opening match of India for Champions Trophy. So yeah,
Another question that so we'll go to the second match in a moment, but another question that came to my mind throughout this series was the the dependence to play Varun Chakrabarti in place of Kuldeep in the starting 11. So they did bowl Kuldeep in the last match, the third ODI, and we all saw that in this format in one day, Kuldeep is the best spinner that we have by a mile. Do you think there's some biasness going on here? The KKR bias is what the social media keeps putting up, because I think for my liking, at least Varun is a great T20 bowler, but in comparison to Kuldeep in a 50 over format, I don't even think there is a discussion.
yeah, probably because it was England, that may again because Harry Brooks has been the bunny of Varun Chakravarti. Probably that's why they tried it. But yeah, they did play Kuldeep in first and third ODI, and he bowled brilliantly in the third ODI at least. Like it was a very
Yeah.
economical performance with one wicket. So Kuldeep has an edge over Varun Chakravarti in the ODIs, and they are just keeping him for the backup. So probably if there is a you can say matchup for Varun Chakravarti in one of the Champions Trophy matches, he might get a chance. But it can be only one in the playing 11. It would be either Kuldeep or Varun. So they will just look at the pitch that day and the kind of lineup the opposition has. If there is a matchup, then they can play Varun Chakravarti as a surprise element also, because not many have played him in this format, and even in the T20 it's like you hardly get to, like if you get a single over in a match, it's not that kind of an exposure towards all his variations. So I think yeah, they are just keeping him as another trick in the pony for the Champions Trophy.
Yeah.
So, moving on
Yeah.
to the next one day cricket, where we move toward the southern parts, Barabati Stadium, Cuttack, Odisha. So, again, this time at least England managed to cross the hurdle of 300, and I think they got into their groove, and guys like Ben Duckett and Joe Root played a huge part in that. So it still proves that this format is much closer to the test format, and the guys with the temperament of playing long innings, they can excel better than the guys who are just T20 specialists. So
Yeah.
again, proves the fact. What do you
Yeah.
say about it?
I think I specifically remember the mid innings break where KP was just livid after this innings, because, as we just discussed a few minutes back, I mean, look at these. Ben Duckett has got 65 out of 56, and Root has got 69 out of 72. They are your number two and number three. One of these two goes on to make 100. You have a total of 325, 330, or maybe even a 350 on the cards. that means then you have a game in hand because India won this game again in by 5 overs remaining, right?
Yes, yes.
That was the difference, the delta of around 30-40 runs, which either Joe Root or Ben Duckett, if they would have stayed just a bit longer and got that 100, those 30 runs would have covered it and made a game out of it. And KP was livid about it. See, you can get a 300 score with people hitting 60s and 70s as we discussed, but the game has reached to a level where the power hitting, though as you rightly pointed out, this is a more akin to a test game than a T20 game, but still the white ball, which swings a lot less than the red ball does.
Yes.
You have a more powerful batsman who can hit sixes at will. There was a time when we had started watching cricket when 250 was a very difficult score to chase. But now in India, in these batting conditions, 300 could be chased any day. You need to score at least 330, 340 to put that scoreboard pressure on the opponent. And I think England in this match missed out a trick. I mean, they could have really put some pressure. It's exactly like that T20 game, the second or the third one, which England just lost.
Yeah,
It's
the
the
Pune
same thing
game.
here.
Yes.
They had the Pune game. So it was the same thing here. They did everything right apart from that last 4 or 5%. And a team like India, if you don't have that 4 or 5% above them in the match, India will take you down, and that's what India did.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody had to stay there till the end, or at least convert that score into that start into a three-figure score, just to give that extra edge. Because with the due conditions coming in, you need to have an extra 30 runs of cushion, because the batting do get easier in the second inning. So I think that's where they missed the trick there. Although guys like Livingstone and Joss Butler did play quick 30s and 40s, but it was not enough. So if somebody like
Yeah.
a Ben Duckett or a Joe Root would have stayed there till at least the 45th over, this might have been a higher target that India had to chase. So yeah, that's where
Yeah.
they kind of missed the trick. But talking about the Indian
Yeah.
bowling, do you think Shami is still not up to that level that he was
No.
carrying before the injury happened? Because he is consistently expensive. He is not completing his quota of 10 overs, and he's giving more than 50 runs and taking one or yeah, in first ODI also he took 1 wicket, and in this also he took 1 wicket. That too all does not come in his opening burst. It's in his second spell that he takes that wicket. So what do you think? How much
I,
time it would
it's
take for him
it's
to?
not surprising.
Yeah,
It's not surprising at all. I mean, you and me have been talking about it since the India versus New Zealand Test series. We knew that Shami is like an old Impala engine, ambassador engine, right? It takes him time and a lot of matches to get into the rhythm and find his best form. Uh, I was really hopeful that he would play the BGT at least the fourth and the fifth Test match. He didn't do that. That means that he had to perform in the T20 and the ODI series, but it's over. Like even if he would have played all the matches, he wouldn't have bowled 100 overs, right?
right.
Which is what he could have, which is what he needs under his belt at least to get into that rhythm. I think it will still take him quite a while. I'm hoping that by the time the semi-finals approach, that he because we would need him in the semi-finals and the finals. That's for sure. If we need to go past I think for semi-finals Champions Trophy, I think India's place is locked. I don't think there would be much challenge there. But from a semi-final to a final, depending on the team that we are playing,
Mhm.
we would need Mohammad Shami to be in his prime because we don't even have Jasprit Bumrah anymore, right?
Right.
But as of now, he is not. He has had such a big break. There's no match fitness. He's unable to ball the balls that he could during the 2023 World Cup, where he just took the world by storm. He would need time. Yeah, he would need time, and the others around him would have to come up and give him time. And he's also not that kind of a personality who is a leader of the bowling pack, right? So it has always been Jasprit Bumrah when Shami and Bumrah has been bowling.
Yes.
Uh, Siraj does show that anger and that leadership quality, but Shami is a more of a silent killer kind of a guy. He would come and do his job and get away. So I think we need to give him that space. We know the kind of bowler that he is, and right now he's just not in form. He's just coming back to his full fitness as well, is what I think.
Right, right. Yeah, probably a bit of worrisome signs for India in Champions Trophy because we won't have Bumrah services there, and we have dropped Siraj as well, which I think
Yeah.
is a bit harsh because in the ODI formats, I was looking at the records, and he has been the second highest Indian pacer in terms of wickets since 2020, and he especially
Yeah.
is more potent in the first 10 overs. His weakness has always been the last 10 overs, the death over bowling. He has not been able to conquer that, and we all know that is also evident in the RCB setup of IPL as well. But yeah, in the first 10 overs, he has a really good record. Like every alternate games he gets one or two wickets in his opening spell of 4 overs or 5 overs. So I think we missed the trick here. Like Harshit Rana is good, but he's not that experienced. Probably we should have taken Siraj, although he's a non-traveling member of the squad. But uh, if he's not available for direct selection, it's just in the injury case. I don't think we will be seeing Siraj in this Champions Trophy, but I think he deserved a place.
But I think he just got burnt out in the BGT. The amount of overs that he bowled, I think the team management thought that if they keep him in this England series, then they will have to take him in the Champions Trophy as well. I don't think they were confident enough that he would be able to carry on in the England series and then move to the Champions Trophy. I think that's the only reason because, as you rightly said, I would still rate Mohammad Shami a lot higher than Siraj, but the kind of experience that he has, I think he's better than Harshit Rana on his day, any given day.
Yes,
And I still think that the X factor for this bowling lineup now is Arshdeep Singh.
yes, yes,
Now, because we still don't know what kind of Shami we're gonna have in the Champions Trophy. So I think Siraj was needed, as you rightly said, he was needed in place of Harshit Rana in this side. But I personally feel that he just got burnt out in the Australia series, and the management probably thought that they couldn't take him or they will risk another long injury. Is I think my because otherwise I don't see any other reason why you would take Harshit Rana over Siraj.
yeah, that's true. And yeah, all eyes would be on Arshdeep because he's a left arm bowler. He has that delivery is going in favor of him. Like from round the wicket, he brings in the ball as well as he can move the ball other way as well around as well. So I think yeah, he would be a good matchup for guys like Travis Head uh, in the Champions Trophy. So let's see how far it goes. So yeah, moving to the
But the most important point of the second ODI is Rohit Sharma and
yes.
his 100. I forgot the last time I saw him bat like this. I don't even remember it. So it was nice to see the hitman back. Oh, what do you think about his
Yeah,
innings?
it was very pleasing to the eyes, and the way those last minute pull shots getting converted into sixes. We all got the memories back of 2023 World Cup where he used to play those 40s and 50s, but they were really, really quick. And this time he didn't just stop at a 40 or a 50, he converted it into 100. So that he plays a bigger hand in the team going till the end, and I think that's a correct way because it is probably going to be his last ICC tournament. I think he should get out of that quick 40s era and just stay as long as he can and just play a bigger hand in the team's win. So yeah, it was good to see him back.
Yeah.
It would do him a lot of good, a ton of good for his confidence because it was just not a struggling inning. He was able to hit sixes at will and with a healthy strike rate and I think 12 fours and 7 sixes. So more than 50% of his runs came in the boundaries. So I think it was a great knock, a great opening knock, and that has again re-established Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill as the most lethal opening pair in the last 3 4 years that India has had.
Yeah, I think we need Rohit Sharma to win this Champions Trophy. There is no other way around. We need him,
Yes.
and we need him to bat like this. Not in every game he'll get 100, but as you rightly said, what makes Rohit and Shubman combination special is that Rohit in the first 10 overs just takes the bowlers apart. And after that, even if he gets out after a quick fire 40 or 50, it's Shubman Gill who is converting those innings into big innings at this moment of time. They both know their roles very, very well. This is not the Rohit Sharma of 2015 to 2018 where he was getting those big double hundreds. Even his approach at that point of time was different. So Shikhar Dhawan used to be the aggressor at that point of time, and Rohit would take his time in the first 20 overs, and then in the middle phase
Yes.
start taking off and score those massive scores. That is the role that Shubman is playing right now. So Rohit becomes very important for this side. The fluency with which he batted in this innings. I mean, I for one felt that he had been informed the entire BGT and in the entire last 2 years the way that he was batting. It was great to see. Uh, I don't think it will continue for long simply because I now am of the opinion that if India go on and win this Champions Trophy, I feel this is the last that we'll see of Rohit Sharma. I think he'll retire from both formats of one day and T20, one day and Test matches. If we end up winning the Champions Trophy, is my opinion because he's already 36. I don't think he's gonna play the next World Cup, 50 over World Cup. He's not part of the T20 side any which ways. So I think he will retire if we win the Champions Trophy. But to win that Champions Trophy, we need this exact Rohit Sharma that we saw in the second match.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Because in test matches, I don't think now Rohit has a place because
No.
Yashasvi and KL are the
Yeah.
designated openers, and they have the game, they
Yeah.
have the age on their side and the technique. So I think
Rohit isn't going to England. I
yeah.
don't think Rohit goes to
So
England. Yeah.
this is kind of a swan song to Rohit Sharma, and he would be the second greatest captain if he manages to win the Champions Trophy. Then you
Yeah.
have T20 World Cup under your belt. You have Champions Trophy, and you also made it to the final of ODIs in 2023.
Yeah.
So almost
Yeah.
the trio that Dhoni achieved. He is
Yeah.
almost there. If we win this, so he's as good as Dhoni if he manages this Champions Trophy. So yeah, that is another.
Dhoni would still be at the top because he won the 50 over World Cup.
Yes,
But
yes,
yeah, I get what you're coming from. At least he will have a T20 World Cup and a Champions Trophy. And he should because I think this team looks really good. I don't think there's any side who comes close to India in the one day format apart from Australia. But when we'll talk about the preview of the Champions Trophy, we'll discuss about these things. But as of right now, I don't think Australia is best placed to win this Champions Trophy right now because they don't have any bowlers.
right, right.
BGT took out of everyone, so it took out of Bumrah, but it also took out of the Australian bowlers. So
Yeah, it took
there's
out
just no
of
bowlers there.
yeah, it took out a lot from the Australian side. Like they gave it their all in the BGT, and now the entire pace trio is gone. So yeah, that shows how depleting that series has been for the players. So
Yeah,
credit where it's due to Bumrah to take that mantle and spearhead the Indian attack alone. Like Pat Cummins had Josh and uh, Mitch Stark, but Bumrah was kind of the lone warrior in that pace attack.
Yeah,
So yeah, kudos to him. Yeah.
yeah,
So in the batting, also apart from Rohit Sharma, again Shubman Gill scoring back-to-back 50s. He also scored a mature knock of 60 here. And again, Shreyas Iyer came and just tried to conquer the match again, and he played a 44. But yeah, he was looking as good as in his previous innings. It's
yeah,
just an unfortunate run out that ended his innings. Otherwise, I thought he was
yeah,
up for a bigger one this time, but it's just that unfortunate
yeah,
run out that happened. And again, Akshar
yeah,
Patel, so proving the theory of Gautam Gambhir, right, coming at number 5 and playing a
yeah,
handy knock of 41. So that leaves KL Rahul a bit shortchanged, playing again at number 6, and he got out at 10. Not sure whether to accelerate, whether to uh, go run a ball uh, rate. So he just got out in a confused mindset. So yeah, overall a good performance, good chase from India, but a lot of hiccups at the end. Like a lot of wickets did fall at the end. Like we were what 220 for 3 when Rohit got out, and then we just lost. 3 more wickets within a span of 50 odd runs. So that's if we are nitpicking, that's just one flaw that we can work on. That not to
yeah.
give away wickets in a heap, but otherwise it's a complete chase, and it was an all round performance from India again.
Yeah, yeah. I think again, even I would can say a one-sided chase again in this one because we would have easily won this game even if, as I said, there were 20, 30 runs more added to the score, so it would have made the game much more interesting. But the way Rohit just opened that innings and scored that 100, again, as we talked about, if Joe Root could have gotten that 100 or Ben Beckett could have gotten that 100, which Rohit got, the result could have been different. But yeah, Rohit excelled in this match. Moving on to the third one, where India showed its full might of ODI, 356 in 50 overs. I think that is it. I think that is the template and the new ODI template. If you want to win every match in the 50 over format, you need to score 350. It was 250 20 years ago. It was 310 years ago. Now it's 350 is
Yes.
what is needed. Shubman Gill scored a brilliant 112, and the king looked like he's also getting back into the rhythm before the Champions Trophy, though it was just a 50. And we expect Virat to, when he crosses the 50 hurdle, to score a big one. That didn't happen in this one. Again, called out to Adil Rashid
Yeah.
on that turning ball, which has started giving me nightmares now. But what do you
Yeah,
think
it's
about
it's
the
kind of
Shubman Gill
funny.
and
Like it's understandable against the pacer, but if you are also falling in the same outside trap against a spinner as well, then I think it's really worrisome. I think people are
it's nightmarish?
it's
Yeah, yeah,
nightmarish because you have a lot more shots to counter that. At least against a spinner, you can play a sweep. You can probably just bunt it out, or you can leave also if you
yeah,
have a good idea of the length. But he again just in the wake of just playing a defensive shot and the ball taking the edge. I think you cannot do that against a spinner. Like you can play more aggressively. You can just don't allow the ball to spin if you are that wary of this kind of off stump line. You don't allow. You step out. You get a sweep. You try different things, but you don't get out like this anymore. I think it's been high time since like Kohli has to do something about it. But
yeah,
I think he's just taking more of an approach where he just plays through the day and just shifts his gears as the game demands, and he's just looking to play it out. Just what we say in the Gen Z lingo I'm following. I'm forgetting the correct word, but yeah, he's just looking to ride it out. So
Yeah, I think the problem that Virat has always had is that he doesn't have a sweep shot, right? So he has to do that forward defense to the spinners. In fact, in this game, I saw Virat slog sweeping twice, which is something that is probably he's trying to develop in the back end, so that he gets that counter against the spinners in this final stage of his career because even Virat, I don't think it plays any longer than the next One Day World Cup. He still has a few years on his side. The stature is such that nobody in the cricket team can put him out of the side. It's him himself who will make that decision. But yeah, he looked good. Those seven boundaries and 1/6 were good. The problem against the spinners persists. I don't think that fast ball offside problem would be troubling him in the Champions Trophy simply because of the white ball. By the time, if Rohit and Shubman have done their job in the
yes,
first 10-15 overs, by the time Virat comes into bat, there would be no swing on offer. So he would be able to tackle the fast bowlers any which ways. It's the spinners that he needs to develop at least a sweep and a reverse sweep against. And both Virat and Rohit have been developing that because Rohit showed that in the second ODI that he played a reverse sweep for a boundary.
yes,
That's a very important shot these days. That's a very very important shot. If you need to impose yourself against the spinners, you need to have a sweep and a reverse sweep. Uh, but that's for Virat to look at. But I think it was a good sign that he scored that 50 because he just played two matches of this series. He
yes.
was injured in the first one, so he'll get a much better examination against Bangladesh, which has arguably better spinners than England.
Yes.
And then the big one comes against Pakistan, where Virat is known to perform all the time. So I think green shoots of recovery for Virat Kohli. But yeah, again, if India has to win this Champions Trophy, Virat again will have to perform in that final because he's that big game player and he performs in the final.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can't have freeloaders in this team for the ICC tournament. So I think yeah, he must have gained a lot of confidence with this innings, and we would be hoping that he carries it forward into the first match on 20th February against
Yeah.
Bangladesh. So let's hope for the best. And I think yeah,
Yeah.
but this did give him a lot
So
of boost. Yeah,
and then Shreyas comes back again,
again.
64 balls, 78 runs. And by the end of this innings, he has proved, I think for me, that pound for pound, he was India's best batter in this series. Though Shubman Gill got 100 and two scores of 50s. But Shreyas Iyer in the middle overs, the way that he came and dominated in all the matches, he looks very good. And backing up our theory, when KL Rahul comes at number 5, bats with Shreyas Iyer, he scores a 40 out of 29 balls at a strike rate of around 138, which is what we need. Take up you can take Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul both.
Yeah, right. This is the correct lineup, correct batting order. I
Yeah,
feel it is because Akshar is going to play the same way, whether you play him at number 5 or number 7. So I think
yeah,
the guy which has more potential at number 5, you should give him a chance to play at number 5 because today he has scored at 40 on 29 balls, but any given day it can convert to a 70 or 80 as well. If there is a
yeah,
fall of wickets at the top, like if Rohit gets out early and if even if Virat gets out early. So the kind of experience, the talent, the potential that he has, he can play a longer innings as well. So he has all both the gears. So I think number 5 is the correct spot for KL Rahul. So either you play Rishabh Pant in this side or you play KL Rahul at number 5 is my take on this. And yes, talking about Shreyas Iyer, the way his bat is flowing freely. His timing, I think it is impeccable. The timing that he has shown
Yeah,
once he has been back in this side.
yeah,
I think kind of has he changed his grip or something? Because I feel a little difference in the way his bat
yeah,
flow, because it looks like
yeah,
he has longer levers now, because the way he plays the
yeah.
pacers with
I think
with a
a lot of a lot of batsmen these days are moving towards that baseball technique, which Harry Brook also
yes,
went to the US to perfect.
yes,
I think there's a hint of that in here, as you rightly said, having longer levers, having if slightly different grips opens up his body a lot more to hit those shots across the offside. Because we have over the years known Shreyas to be predominantly a leg side heavy player.
yes.
He hits a lot of shots right in the leg side, but as you rightly pointed out, he has made slight tweaks to his stance and to his grip, which has opened up that offside front in
Yes,
front of him, which is again giving him a lot of scoring
because
areas.
repeatedly I saw shots going towards
Yeah,
mid off, extra cover, those
yeah,
lofted shots with which like it
yeah,
appears to the naked eye that he has slightly
yeah,
longer levers right now,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
timing is much
KL,
better
yeah.
than his previous
Yeah,
stint.
Shreyas is not a front foot player, so you never saw Shreyas Iyer hit a beautiful cover drive like a Virat Kohli does or KL Rahul does.
Yeah.
Shreyas is a back foot player, so mm, that offside zone becomes a very tricky zone for him. But yeah, this is working for him because he has opened up a new area for him to score
And
runs,
this
which
has
is good.
also slightly made him more confident against playing short pitch bowling against guys like Mark Wood and Jofra Archer. So he's kind of playing that pull shot also slightly more effectively. He's able to keep it on the ground and just not play a airy shot. So I think, yeah, that's the change in approach. Whatever adjustments he has made are fitting beautifully with the way he's going right now. So it's a welcome change.
Yeah, I think India just killed England in this third one day match.
Yes.
They crushed their soul because you winning by more than 100 runs in an ODI game against a very good England side. I mean, look at the names here: Phil Salt, Duckett, Joe Root, Broken, Butler, and Livingston. I mean, the sides. This is a great side, but it's not. It's just been done by India. I think this will have a few consequences in the Champions Trophy for England because they are in a very tricky group. They have, I think, Afghanistan along with Australia is the favorite for me in that group. South Africa again is there, and England. So I think of this. It will be very hard for England to recover from this third ODI something.
Yeah, it's kind of a death group, the group England is placed in, and everybody is a dark horse, and Australia are the presumed toppers of the table in that group. But all the rest of three, it's equally open for all the other three teams there as well. And yeah, talking about the Indian bowling. We saw a welcome change as we are talking about. Arshdeep would be the guy in Champions Trophy, and he just came in for this last ODI. And the thing that we were lacking from Mohammad Shami, getting wickets in the first like 10, 15 overs, that completely got balanced by Arshdeep Singh. He just came and he took out both the openers. So Ben Duckett and Phil Salt both were taken by Arshdeep Singh. That's what India was lacking in, while going with the pair of Harshit Rana and Mohammad Shami, because it's expected, being an experienced player, Mohammad Shami would be the aggressor and he would be eyeing for those wickets in the first 10 overs. But that was not happening because he is coming from such a long break. But yeah, Ashdeep
Yeah,
just minted his T20 form and he took those 2 wickets. So it was a good performance.
I don't even think that Shami is your opening bowler. I think he's a first change bowler. So even in the past years when Bumrah and Siraj and Shami had been playing regularly, it's Bumrah and
Siraj,
Siraj who
yes.
open the bowling, and Shami comes in after the over, ninth over, something like that, and that's where he takes his wicket. So maybe I don't think. Even in the Champions Trophy, I think if you're playing Shami, you open with Arshdeep and Harshit Rana, and then you get Shami as one change is what I would think, because he's already coming back to fitness, match fitness, and starting to bowl again. If you put him with the field restrictions on, bowlers can take him, batsmen can take him down. So yeah, I think Arshdeep coming back, as you rightly said, was important. He is the guy who takes wickets for us at the top and also down the end from the 45th to the 50th over. He is the one who can bowl that Yorkers, which both Harshit Rana and Shami can't do at this point of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arshdeep is very, very critical for our chances in this championship.
Yeah, but so yeah, keeping the ODI series apart, but going into the Champions Trophy, I don't think there is a place for 3 pacers in Indian side because they are regularly using Hardik for 5 to 7 overs, and then they are going with the 3 spin attacks with Akshar, Jadeja, and one of from Kuldeep or Varun Chakrabarti. So, do you think going with 3 spinners is a
I
better
think
approach, or we should play all 3 of them, Harshit, Shami, and
I think we should play all three of them. I think there's a lot being made about the conditions that Dubai is going to spin a lot and things like that. Uh, they have just come out of a winter. This is going to be a fresh pitch. This is going to be a hard pitch. This is going to have a lot of moisture. I think Dubai this time of the year is set up for fast bowling. Let's see how the matches pan out. I don't think the pitch is going to be turning square. I think you already have enough spinners in your rank to if the pitch is turning. Uh, I don't think you need to go with 3 spinners. I think you can go with two. Uh, Kuldeep, either one of Akshar or Jadeja, and I think you need to have 3 pacers along with Hardik. But yeah, if I'm wrong, and we will see that in the first match,
yeah.
and if Dubai again becomes a ranked turner, then you go with 3 spinners, as you rightly said, because I am not in the favor of having Hardik as a pure bowler, is my opinion on it. So we can get 4 or 5 overs out of him. Yeah, we can do that. We can get even 6 or 7 overs out of him if he's having a good day. But he's not a frontline spinner or pacer for me. I don't think I I consider a fast bowler as a fast bowler. Let's say if that will the management be comfortable with going with just Arshdeep and Hardik? So Hardik bowls his 10 overs. They're not. They
Yeah.
won't be. Then for me he becomes a part-time bowler, and that is the only reason I thought that probably it would be better to have all three of them. But yeah, again, it depends on conditions. As of right now, what I'm predicting is that it will suit the pace bowling. But if it does end up suiting the spinners, then you have entire arsenal. The Varun Chakrabarti comes in straight away in place of then Harshit Rana.
Yeah, I think they are relying on the fact like if it's a day-night setup and the match starts at around 1 or 1:30, then in the scorching heat of Dubai, the cracks will come up. So they are relying heavily on that fact. But yeah, we will get to know from the first match itself how good is the pitch, how is it supporting pacers, and how well spinners are doing on this pitch. So, and especially, I think the first match is for New Zealand. New Zealand versus
Yeah, first
Bangladesh?
match is New Zealand versus Pakistan. New Zealand versus Pakistan is the first game, I think.
Okay.
Just let me confirm this. Yeah,
The
it's Pakistan versus New Zealand. Yeah, that's in Karachi.
so
Our first game is versus Bangladesh in
so
Dubai. Yeah,
we'll get to know on
on
the
20th.
ground only that how good the
Yeah,
pitch is. So yeah, we will take a lot
yeah,
out of this
and
experience.
make no exceptions. The conditions in Pakistan and Dubai are going to be very different.
Yes.
I mean, I don't wanna, and these are different wickets from one which we used to have in Sharjah, but that too was Middle East, and I am I remember those Sharjah series very fondly, and spinners used to take a beating there, man. It was just
Yes.
fast bowlers who used to give you wickets in Sharjah, and that is exactly what I have seen over the years. So there was this one IPL which happened in Dubai,
Yes.
and that was the only time I saw the Dubai pitches turn square. So in that IPL, you were getting 130, 140 scores and nothing more than that.
Right.
Apart from that, whenever I've seen matches happening in Sharjah, in Dubai, it's always been pace friendly. So let's see what happens. But yeah, if it's turning, then we have all the resources there.
Right. Right. Yeah, we will have to we'll get to know when we get there. So that's the situation right now. So, what would be your ideal playing 11, just at least for the first match against Bangladesh? Who would you want to see playing in that ODI from India?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty straightforward. So you open with Rohit and Gill. You have Kohli at number three. You have Shreyas at number four. You have KL Rahul at number five. After that, if you're playing both Akshar and Jadeja or Akshar and Washi, uh, then uh, then those come into picture. And yeah, then you have your pacers in Arshdeep, Harshit, and Shami for me. But yeah, if you're going with a third spinner, then one of those Harshit, I think Harshit basically goes out, and you bring in Varun Chakravarti in there, and or a Kuldeep in there, because I don't think right now the management is confident enough in Kuldeep's batting, is what I'm feeling. Though for me, um, both Jadeja and Akshar don't play. For me, Akshar plays along with Kuldeep, or
Yes.
Jadeja plays along with Kuldeep. But we've also seen this in the test matches, right? This team management wants batting till the end,
Yeah.
which is where I think Kuldeep might struggle a bit. But yeah, if the pitch is turning square, then Kuldeep becomes your best option, and he comes back into the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my
Probably they
idea.
would want to keep Jadeja because he has performed really well with the ball in this ODI series. So probably he.
But Akshar is getting
Yeah,
50s
Akshar is
everywhere.
getting 50s everywhere and one odd wicket every time he gets. So
Yeah,
it's a close call. Probably they
yeah,
would sacrifice either Harshit Rana for for
yeah,
the opening match, and they would go with Arshdeep and Shami, and supported by
yeah,
Hardik in the pace department, and
yeah,
the
yeah.
three spinners would be Kuldeep, Akshar, and Jaddu. So I think
Jadeja. Yeah,
that would be their bowling
yeah. It's pretty
combination.
straightforward.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
the chances are
Do
good.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think comes out as the best batsman and the best bowler for us in Champions Trophy? And where do you end up? But guys, we will do our complete preview of the Champions Trophy in the next episode. This is just our initial views.
Yeah, so I think Shubman Gill for me would be the best batsman
Yeah.
in the Champions Trophy for India, and best bowler I think it would be either Arshdeep or Kuldeep as well. If he
Yeah.
get to play all the games, he can also
Yeah.
come out as
Yeah.
a best bowler that India has.
Yeah, similarly, I think for me in batting department, it is Shubman Gill. You probably can't right now look past him in the bowling, as you rightly said. For me, if the pitch is batting friendly, I think Arshdeep takes the most wickets. If the pitch is turning a lot, I think Kuldeep becomes your best bowler. So it will depend on the condition there. But yeah, I think overall, India for me goes as favorites to win this one.
Yeah, I think the path to semifinals is fairly straightforward, and then from there on, it's anybody's game. The team that plays better on that particular day will move to the finals and win the Champions Trophy. But yeah, I'm at least I see India in the semifinals.
Yeah, that's for me as well. I think we do make it till the semifinals. It's on that day on semifinal who we face. It will be tricky. I hope. I'm a bit scared of South Africa in this one. I don't know why David Miller and Markram are in such great form right now. But again, they don't have the bowlers. So this tournament, a lot of teams don't have the bowlers, which is again giving me a hint that maybe even Pakistan becomes a dark
Yeah,
horse in this one,
Pakistan
like always.
just recently chased the humongous target against South Africa. I think they chased 350 plus
Yeah,
against South Africa, batting second, and guys like uh, Salman Aga and
Babar Azam. Yeah,
Babar Azam has still not come to his true potential, but
yeah,
Mohammad Rizwan and Salman Aga are in red hot form. So we have to be
yeah,
wary of these two because these two come in middle order and they just take the game away. They have equally good play against pacers as well as spinners. Being an Asian team, they really play the spinners also very well. So I think it would be a great contest to see on next Sunday, the 23rd February.
yeah, yeah, and eagerly waiting for that. And we will, yeah, again give you the preview to the Champions Trophy and also discuss a lot about the India versus Pakistan game, which is the big one, which is for which we are all excited. On the final note before we end this episode, Divyansh, have you got the chance to see that Netflix docu-series, The Biggest Rivalry?
No, not right now, but I am hoping that I will catch up on it before that match.
Yeah, it's not
it's
that
the
great.
perfect time to watch that series, so you
but
get all the memories back.
but the docu series isn't that great. It's
Oh,
basically just Shoaib Akhtar and Virendra Sehwag talking about themselves. So I thought I had huge expectations out of the series. I think Bande Mein Tha Dum is such a landmark and a benchmark for Indian sports docu series.
yes.
I think this was for me was a very gimmicky.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so probably then it goes a bit lower on the priority, but yeah, we'll try to catch up on it before. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just try to catch up on it before that match happens. But yeah, anyways, the match is the focus right now. So yeah, eagerly waiting for India versus Pakistan and hoping that Kohli plays innings of his lifetime one more time because I'm not sure if he is going to play against Pakistan
Yeah.
another time, if he gets another chance to play against Pakistan. So I think this is a monumental game both for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in so many aspects. And
Yeah.
uh, I think the streaming sites are gonna crash, and
It's Geo Hotstar now
yeah,
with a very shitty kind of a logo.
yeah. That logo doesn't work for me, but yeah, they have managed to get
Yeah.
all the that brand under them, and now we have
I
to
mean,
see streaming
Ambani
on
is
that.
just on fire, man. He's just taking over every streaming platform he can get to create that monopoly.
Yeah. Now he's got HBO, he's got MTV, he's got the
No,
IPL, he's
yeah.
got these
I
match
mean,
rights. I think,
Star was a big channel, right? So you taking Hotstar away from them, it's huge for me. I mean, they had already taken the IPL, so Geo was the one streaming IPL for the last couple of seasons. But yeah, I mean, when you get Hotstar, you automatically, as you rightly said, get all the HBO content. You get all the Peacock content. You get all the yeah. So I mean, it's good for us, I guess. If
all the Marvel fans will now be hooked to Geo Hotstar because all the Marvel content, the TV
yeah.
series and the movies are there on Hotstar. So yeah,
Premier League appears on Hotstar, so it's also going to go on Geo. So
yeah,
a lot of it's a good deal for them. And I think if the prices are reasonable for us, then if it because we used to pay like what 9.99 for a year for Hotstar. So
yes.
now if it's cheaper than that, then I think awesome. We can ignore the logo then.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So with this note, we'll end the today's episode, but do tune in, keep watching out for our next week's special where we will do the Champions Trophy preview as well as talk about India versus Bangladesh, the opening match for India in the Champions Trophy 2025. And do keep sharing, subscribing, and liking. Please comment what else do you want to would you like to view in the upcoming episodes. And yeah, this is me and Nishan signing off. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.